G'day everyone, welcome back to Pete's Investing. Today is March 18, 2023. This is stock of the day, trading idea. So as you can see here, this is the FedEx share price at the top here, and I've applied a fractals as well as some alligator lines to it. So to understand how to trade those properly, reference some of the links in my description of my channel to get a better understanding how to trade it. But in principle, on the bottom here, we've got a CCI 1500 with a moving average 400. And what we basically do is we only trade when that moving average is in an upswing, like it is there during that period. And we go short, or we don't trade it when it's going down like this. So even though the moving average, up here in the price chart, that's a moving average. Even though the moving average closely correlates to the moving average 400 of the CCI, we take the CCI as a preference because that often gives us a better predictor. So, for example, back here you would have gone long only during the trades entering there when the moving average of the CCI breaks to the upside, trading long during that period, and you would have stopped trading long when it breaks below there. Now that happens to be coincide with the moving average 200, but sometimes the CCI gives you an earlier signal when to get out of the trade, or to get out of the trading opportunities in other times. So where are we today? So if you look in if we close into this here, you can see it just turned up in a bit of an upswing, and the CCI has broken through the moving average, and you can see that by the price chart as well. There was a major gap in the price chart, breaking above the fractals. So the way we enter the trades, basically, let me just go back to this point here, give you a couple of examples. So when the moving average breaks to the upside, like it does here on the CCI, we look at opportunities from there. So we wait until the first bar that breaks above the fractal, that would have been that one there, breaks above the fractal. That's where we go long, and we stay in a trade until we have an exit strategy. And I'll leave the exit strategy up to you. I don't want to spoon feed you every little bit, but you could take a percentage gain, you could take a monetary gain when you're happy with it, or you could take a point where the price falls below either one of these alligator lines or a moving average or whatever other indicator you may want to use as an exit. But this has been a reliable entry strategy that I've used and tested. So again, the CCI is in an upswing, the bar breaks above the fractal, and we enter the trade. So you can see here the price kept going up. Let's assuming we get out of it when it breaks below the teeth, which is the red line on that moving average on the alligator, and it would have broken down at that point there. You would have gotten out of the trade there, and just moving across to the right a bit, you would have probably gone back in a trade at that point there, and then probably wait for it to drop again below the red line. Now it may be a break-even point there, or it may be you're still a bit below your entry price, in which case we follow the average down approach, and again reference the links to understand how to properly average down. We don't enter too many times, we just average down when it drops sufficiently. So again, even though the CCI is in an uptrend, we don't enter any long positions until the bars break above those fractals like it did again back there. So where are we today? So looking in the closer picture, let's just zoom in. So again, it's starting to break up again, and that's where we possibly may enter a trade at that point there. Also looking at it from a retrace from a Fibonacci level, from that high to that low, between that major resistance and that major support, it's retraced past the 61.8%, and that's usually a key area where if it retraces beyond that, it's generally going to potentially trade or change direction, and which it has. So it's now sitting on the 88.7% retracement on the Fibonacci, and it may well break above that resistance. Now that's a major resistance area we've got to be careful of. It may bounce back down from there and retrace to the downside. So we want to be careful we don't get stopped out or lose in that position there. So just be mindful of that. If it breaks through that resistance area, then that's actually pretty good in terms of longer term long trading. But anyway, that's our general review of FedEx. I hope you liked the video. If you did, subscribe and like the channel. If you want to support the channel even more, just go to the Patreon page and create a submission there, and we'll see you in a future video.